This is going to be played as a blind LP. Just a quick warning for everyone that wants to know ahead of time. If you're not interested in this type of way of playing, then don't watch it. Thank you. And now let's start. Hey guys, it's me, Shin Nagawa, and as you saw in the introduction, we will be now playing Okami! Yay! Okay, let's first get this started. La 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 la. Nee 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 nee. Nee nee nee. Okay, I'm done. Oops, I forgot to change the quality of the video, but as you can see, we're going to start up with showing up the introduction. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a tiny village by the name of Kamiki. Legend tells of a horrible beast that threatened the residents. It also tells of a wolf that risked all to protect them. Controlling the very fabric of existence, this wolf stood up against a beast many times its size and banished the darkness. This is like a Thoreau's wolf radical act ushered the era of tranquility. I can't pronounce most of the stuff. The villagers' hearts swelled with respect and adoration of the wolf. And well, yeah. This is basically Okami. Yay, guys! See, I get to be playing. I can finally start my LP. Hopefully, some of you guys at least understand that I placed a warning in the beginning because there's going to be a lot of commentary if I just place it at. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I'm going to be playing this game blind since I didn't really finish this game. Hells yeah! And this is Okami. Yay! I'm gonna try to set a limit of how long I'm gonna be playing each game for each part, based off of the videos. So, let's set up a new game. Okami, Okami. Sorry, I just love the little kid whenever he's like, Okami, Okami. Because it just means wolf in Japanese. I only know this because, now let's start with the real introduction. Story. Hiraki Kamiyama. And we get to read over the same thing from the beginning, but more details into it. So here we go, guys. Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nearest in the grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet bird was honored as a god. It's kind of like having the idea of Shinto in this story somewhat. Because if anyone knows a little bit about Shinto, everyone, they had, many spirits in a lot of nature and anything that connects with it. Life, death, anything. I have a lot of respect for Shinto, but I'm still a Christian because I just like following the religious belief of, based off of that. Just don't quote me off of anything I say from here on out in this LP. Oh, sorry guys. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To satiate the appetite of the Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast. Orochi just means Serpent King, right, guys? Right. A young maiden was offered as sacrifice at the annual festival. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on its necks, the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes aloud were said to curse. Anyone who gazed into them, no one dared disobey the horrific beast. So basically everyone turned to complete chicken shit whenever they're Rawr, I'm a giant frickin' monster. Like anyone else, I mean... oh, sorry. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shira Nui. Yeah, Shira Nui. Yeah, yay! The wolf kept a watchful eye on everyone who ventured outside the village, and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. So you know who this is. Anyways, people assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took up upon himself to face a fearsome Shiranui. I mean, stupid. Go figure. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. I'm already messing up in this LP. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white, plumbed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. So it just means, you know, once an arrow just jabs into the house of the maiden, basically they're going to be considered the sacrifice. So, I mean, if you're a kid that doesn't have a high vocabulary, I'm just letting you know that just means as soon as an arrow hits a house, your daughter, you, if you're a female, you're going to basically be eaten by a giant snake. Sorry, that must really suck. Anyways, piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft quietly into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast cave in place of his beloved. So, you know, you're gonna see a lot of drama, but at least you can't understand a single thing. Oh, the moon cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home, as Nagi stood bravely before the entrance. A beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leaped with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced, well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel. The blade left nary a scratch. So it just means, you know, didn't leave a single scratch. So his blade's nothing. Sorry. Still having a little sick time here. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from intense battle, dropped into his knees, fatigued and grasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shira Nui. I always keep messing that up because it's I love Japanese, but whenever I have to say it in a quick sentence or something like that, alas, it was Shira Nui. Okay, the wolf was dwelled outside the village. Baring its fearsome claws, Shiranui leaped towards Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying head, ready its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggle wildly, thrashing in the darkness. And here's the awesome part. This isn't any normal white wolf. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. And basically you're gonna start seeing the powers you get in future. I mean, in the future. So it's like, awesome! As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistering, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashed, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Aww, poor Shiranui. Shiranui's awesome. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow. But Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black coat-like clouds overhead dissipated. Cold. The light from above glistened off. Nagi's sword had as a beacon of hope. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat while this is going on. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary, channeling all of his strength into his scared and battered arms. Scarred and battered arms. Sorry, guys. He leaped fiercely toward Orochi, his sword poised high. Poised. I like saying that word. A golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. So meaning, Nagi was so beast mode, he just sliced off other heads. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that plagued the village was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. So you gotta feel sorry for Shiranui. Shiranui busted his butt and then got poisoned, and now he's gonna die because of the poison. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into a slumber. Just makes me sad, guys. Makes me want to cry. Not really. I'm just got a cold, so it's makes me sound like a little baby. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was Christian Tatsukuyomi, placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. See, it's you hope for that, and then... Wait. However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Here comes the crappy part, people. He's not dead. Oh no! Sorry, just being a spoiler. And this guy here is the big dumbass that is the whole reason why this has gone wrong. This, the legendary sword? This Tatsukuyomi? The sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. And this is the guy that basically released the darkness and caused, a shit ton of bad luck for everyone else. And look, he even runs away like a little pussycat whenever he's like, uh-oh, run away! Chicken shit. Sorry, I'm only like this because it's true. This guy was a jerk to even think about, oh, I'm gonna release it. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds. Speak the words, I wish darkness into the world. Utter the prayer unto me, and unleash my power. I suggest running away instead of saying anything. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm playing on the PS2 version, so if you see anything like my drawing sucks like a shit ton, it's just because, you know, I'm wearing the PS2 version. And wow, one of the dragons is a retard. It just like bashed its skull. And this is the whole reason why everything turns evil, and this is basically starts the plot of the game. Everything that's good turns into ash and dies away, and everything turns black. And yeah. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. Ooh, dandy. You get this hot chick with a nice chest, you know, just be like, wood spirit, like Saikuya. You know, instead of Sakura, Sakuya. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There's no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu. Now is the time. We have never ended we have We have never needed your powers more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. I mean, yeah, she has to be overly dramatic about it because the world is going to go into darkness if I don't, you know, come in and kick some butt. Yeah, Amaterasu. Okami Amaterasu. If I pronounce it wrong, sorry guys. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the Savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. Okay, let me give a quick nutshell before I continue talking like her or trying to sound like a female. She's basically calling you the god of God of creation, basically. So you're God, the God, not Shinto God. You're like the God. So it's like, I make everything with one wicked fart. Okay, I should have put it in a better term, but whatever. Anyway, seeing your immersion after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Aww, she's nice. Sniff. And Amaterasu is being such a jerk. Bad doggy, bad. Go in your cage. Amaterasu. Gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon, and basically just means Japanese. I mean, in Japanese, it's, you know, Japan, basically. But never the circumstances been worse than they are this very moment. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would have do us harm. Oh, what is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? And here comes your help. A little Phew. What on earth? And this becomes our little friend, and also becomes a little friend to the extra character on Okami, Okami-dan. He is the second most annoying character I've ever known. Who's the first? I forgot. You again? Ow, 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 ow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing you are sure, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting. Tee-hee, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug, I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name is Isyun, or whatever. Wandering artist, Isyun. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Still cold. I'll show you, I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before me, before my great brush. And somehow he has. Okay, I gotta admit, that's pretty good. Hey, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? Get away, get away. What's with you, Furball? You look kinda down in this, sorry. Let me just try that again. You look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kinda familiar. I got it! You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Yes, Shiranui. Nom, I chew. Yeah, you taste bad. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Isyun. Don't make me use my prized sword. Then Komaru against you. Yeah, I keep messing up. Uh-oh. What's growling? What's that growling sound? Sorry, I mess up, so I get tongue-tied so badly. What's that sound? What's that growling sound? And why is it so dark anyways? Oh great God, Amaterasu. I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki village. The village lives on. Their spirits lies encased in my fruit. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you can lead us down the right path. Only your awesome powers can restore life into the world. The trees return to normal, huh? That's Sakuya. I keep messing up. Sakuya girl sure had some weird stuff. The villagers' spirits have been are being kept inside the fruit. That's the fruit the girl said that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's kind of awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. Well, duh. So basically, as you see, yay! So this is the introduction. I'll get to the real point of the game on episode 2 because I'm thinking about doing all of it today. So the basics are X is to jump, circle is to bark, triangle is to dig, so you can dig around and make any hole you want, and attack. And these are just normal settings. Well, more settings will be revealed soon, as well as L2 shows your little map that you have. But on the next episode, we're gonna basically go inside that portal, that little portal in the tree. So until then, guys, this has been Shin Nagawa. Hopefully you guys liked it. Liked the beginning part, and hopefully you like it whenever I just read it out loud and try to sound like new, different, brilliant characters. Well, okay, I'm just being overly exaggerated. So until then, guys, this has been Shin Nagawa.